Years before him, there was another chorister who stood in exactly the same place. Now that was Martin Luther. And Luther created a revolution here in this part of Germany.
Bach's whole life was to be profoundly influenced by Luther's Reformation. Luther set in train a new way of worship. It totally transformed the role of language and music in church. Bach's own music was filtered through his strongly held Lutheran beliefs and upbringing. Luther preached his Reformation here in the Georgenkirche in 1521, and then he disappeared. Actually, he hadn't gone far. In fact, in the greatest of secrecy, Luther was in hiding up here in the Wartburg, the imposing castle that looms above the town of Eisenach. His Reformation had made Luther the most wanted man in Europe.
So this is a little room where Luther lived. For 10 months here, he was holed up, imprisoned really for his own good, because he was on the run from the Pope, from the Emperor. He was desperately constipated. The Lord has struck me in the rear, he said. And he thought that the devil was pelting him with walnuts from the ceiling. Luther decided that his best weapon to use against the devil was black ink. And in a matter of weeks, he sat down at this desk and he wrote a translation from the Greek of the New Testament. And it wasn't just in any old German. He decided that he needed to amalgamate 18 different dialects. And in effect, he established the roots of the German language as we know it.
Not only did Luther want the Bible to be in the language of the people, he also wanted them to be able to join in the music, something that in the Catholic Church was much more the province of trained choirs.
Luther was convinced that music added extra expression and eloquence to the biblical texts. The notes make the words come alive, he wrote. In fact, without music, man is little more than a stone. So the words appealed to the intellect and music appealed to the passions. And besides, why should the devil have all the good tunes? Luther and his followers made sure he didn't. They choraled secular tunes that everybody knew, including quite earthly love songs, and then set them to new words so that the congregation could belt them out in church.
Hymns or chorales written by Luther and his followers became absolutely central to Protestant worship, and, of course, to the music of Bach.
The impact of the reformer Luther on the impressionable young Bach was immeasurable. It shaped his whole view of the world. It bolstered his sense of worth as a craftsman musician, and it reinforced his service to the church. It's such an